43 kilos. 40, almost 44.
Go grab another belt. Also, do you have eat?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Cool.
I bring you your regularly scheduled 3-4 squad training. Missing a couple of folks today, but we've got this and we've got the FTX.
Fuck it won't be that shitty at accuracy. Just come on back. Gotcha.
And I do.
Roger. You got your COs?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab some more bandages then. Hold on.
Good.
Let's hope I'm not actually shitty with the accuracy.
I believe.
If you are, I could just say you're suppressing the target.
You got enough rounds to cover that up.
I
Exactly.
mean, I'm carrying 1,000 right now, so.
Better tuck that lip in so you don't get caught on a tripwire.
I can't think of a Forrest Gump related fucking comeback, and it's killing me. Literally killing me.
Shrimp. Shrimp stew. Shrimp soup.
Shrimp soup.
It's actually good. You just get some shrimp and you puree them. It's like baby food. Throw them in a Vitamix. Drink it like a protein shake.
So guys, the Exo's observing. Gotta be on our best behavior here. Use your ranks stuff.
For waiting. Guys, how are we all doing today?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, that's what I like to hear. So, we are going to have 3 different sections we're going to have 3 different sections to our training today, but first just a couple housekeeping things. Whoever wants to take for 2IC, which is Sergeant Line for today, I'm going to be running the squad. 3IC, we're going to have Corporal Cannon. On 130, we will have Lieutenant Tell acting as our 3-7 tonight. He's also going to be Aresing the last half of this. But we're going to break it down to 3 sections. First, we're going to go over some things that Sergeant Lyon has prepared on the role of assistance in weapon squads. Then we're going to go over fast rope procedure, because for anyone who hasn't read the operation order for tonight's FTX, be sure to RNU that after this, but we will be fast roping into the AO, so we're going to go over that procedure as a refresher to the guys who've been here for a while and to cover it for the first time for our newer guys. And then we're going to do an exercise working on 360, holding an objective that if you guys look on your map to the southwest of here, the west-southwest at grid ref 128167, OBJ Gorlami. We're actually going to teleport there first and then go over the first 2 sections, and then we're going to hold that position from any forces that try to take it. Any questions so far? Comments?
Negative, Sergeant.
Negative? All right. Everyone, PCC's checked, CLS, equipment, everything?
Affirm.
All right.
Affirm.
All right, so we're going to go through the flag to OBJ Gorlami, and then we're going to step off to the first part.
Pierce is through.
Yep. That wasn't meant to happen.
That was through.
All right, let's have everyone circle up on Sergeant Line for this first part. Sergeant Line, you have the floor.
Thank you, Sergeant. Just wanted to first off remind everybody what.
Someone's on.
Here, not speak.
I'm on. I crashed out, I think.
Okay.
Cover that. If you wouldn't mind muting your mic while we get you back in.
So I just wanted to remind everybody what Sergeant Bird was all hot about at the end of the last training, when he was able to take control of somebody and walk him right up into our lines and stare at the backs of your heads for a while before anybody noticed. Just that 360 security is super, super important, especially with this new LAMS system that we've got controlling the AI. They will flank, they will try to get around behind us. So it's no longer just a case of, is there an Ares operator going to do this? These guys are going to do it on their own. So I just wanted to remind everybody about what was really important at the end of the last mission. And beyond that, because we have so many FNGs, I just wanted to talk for a second about the importance of the assistant's role. So you may think that being in a weapon squad assistant is kind of a throwaway position. It really isn't. If you're doing it properly, it can be one of the most challenging positions in the platoon. You have a lot on your plate. In addition to just identifying and ranging targets for your gunner, you're also setting up fortifications for him, and you're watching his back at all times. And then, of course, if he goes down, you're 2IC and so on and so forth. There's a lot of stuff that you have to be on top of as an assistant. And that's really all I wanted to say is, for the new guys joining us who are assistants, you're not just an assistant. You have a very, very important role to play in a weapons squad. So I hope that you take it seriously and really make an effort to raise your own level. Use this as a training opportunity to multitask all of the things that you have on your plate. That's pretty much it, Sergeant Gray. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sergeant Lyon. I can't emphasize.
User in your channel
more.
timed out.
Remember, guys, that assistant doesn't just mean you carry the ammo around. It really is a team effort, and I can attest to any time I have an assistant in a truck during an operation. It's a completely different world trying to run a weapon system by yourself. All right, if anybody hasn't. All right, that was Mackie. All right, Mackie, just go ahead and load in, and we'll get you back in here. So the next thing we're going to go over is fast row procedure for tonight. We're going to do an abridged version of Air Assault School, just going over the procedure for both the Black Hawk, which is over my left shoulder, and the Chinook over my right shoulder. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that everyone has their keybinds set correctly. So hit escape. Configure, controls. On the bottom, configure add-ons. In the drop-down menu, go to ACE Vehicles, and make sure you know what fast rope is bound to. I use insert. What a lot of guys use is insert for their fast rope, and make sure that cut ropes has no keybind to it. So click on cut ropes. Anything that's there, click on it and click delete. You should have no keybind for cut ropes. All right, let me know when everybody's good.
All good. Cannon's ready.
All right, Mackie, if you need a second to do that when you get back in, let us know.
Okay.
All right. So next, can anyone here, 3-4 members, answer why, in what situations we would be fast roping and not just landing the birds?
It's too dangerous to set down.
Too
Or
dangerous to set down?
There's not enough room set down.
Not enough room to set down. Okay.
Rough terrain, maybe?
Towards the answers are the same.
Yeah, so the reason
if there is no space.
Yeah, the reason that you fast rope is because we can't land. It's too small of an area to land. It's too rough of terrain. It's much less safe to fast rope. And I'm gonna pause for just a second while we get Khaki in here. Khaki, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I still hear.
Mackie.
Sorry, I meant Mackie.
Oh shit.
Mackie, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay. Just while he's loading in, it's much safer to land the bird than to fast rope because the bird's just hovering there in the air and the people can see it from further away. So it's a matter of we don't have the choice to land. Give me 1 sec to get Mackie over here.
Well, you can just use the pole, right?
Oh yeah, he can just use the pole.
I gotta get my load up.
Okay.
Wait, if he was in already, or were you in already when you said I got to get my load out, Private Mackie?
I don't think he was. I think he
Okay,
is
good.
now.
All right.
Yeah, that would have been his T-far wasn't working. One sec, I'm just gonna pull him through because there's an arsenal here.
He's in an arsenal. Never mind.
Sorry, guys.
You're good. All right, so I'm gonna have everyone follow me over to the Black Hawk first, and then we're gonna go over the Chinook. All right. Who wants to tell me the proper procedure for entering a Black Hawk?
Half the squad on one side, half the squad on the other side.
All right,
Approaching from 90-degree angles.
both correct.
Requesting permission to board.
And also correct. Yes. So, with the Black Hawk, where's the one place that you're never gonna go when it's on the ground or anywhere near you?
The rear of it.
The rear of it, because it's harder to see you and because you can get hit by that scary-looking blade on the back. So, like Sergeant Line said, we're gonna have one half of the squad line up on one side, half of the squad line up on the other side. Typically, we'll just do team 1 on one side, team 2 on the other side. We want to have the AT guys on the door guns, on the actual guns, on the helicopter, and then sitting on the doors, we want the machine guns. Why?
Biggest weapons.
Yes, biggest weapons are able to fire. It's the exact same thing on the Chinook. Typically, we'll be on the Chinook with another squad. We're going to have a team leader from whatever squad is going to be on the side guns, and then sitting on the ramp, we want to have the MGs. We also want them on those because we want them to be the first ones out. We want our biggest weapons on the ground deployed as soon as possible. We carry that same philosophy into fast roping, which is why we will have the MG teams the MG gunners be the first guys down on the ground, so we have the most firepower down on the ground at that first moment. So that means that when we line up, however we split the squads up, the last 2 people in line on each side are going to be the MGs. Or sorry, the first 2, because we want them to have number 1 and number 2. So when we load up, let's get team 1 on this side, team 2 on that side. Just line up, crouch down, facing the bird.
We're team 1, by the way.
Bull, go and get in front of me.
So then get right up to the bird so you guys can hear me.
Hey, Rainy, you're first.
Push right behind Alpha. There you go.
So
Okay,
Alpha
cheers.
and Bravo gunners should be the first people.
Hey, firm.
Go ahead, Sergeant.
Here. Actually, let's have
The reason I want you to be in front of me is so I
both
can
of
see
the. I've just realized there's a flaw in this. Let's do both of the MG teams on one side and both of the AT teams on the other side. I'll explain why in a second. Sorry. So then Alpha, line up right there. Get the MG guys first, and then their assistants. So the reason we want to do it like this was a mistake on my part, is because the first side that I'm going to count off is the MG side, and I want them to have the numbers of 1 and 2. Obviously, I'm not going to be yelling across the helicopter at you guys. So we would get in, I would call Rainy your 1, So
One.
Rainy would get in as 1. Red Path, so Alpha would be 2. 3 would be Hawkins. 4 would be Mackie. 5 would be Bull. 6 would be Cannon. 7 would be Spears. 8 would be Lion. All right. Do you guys kind of get that?
Roger, sorry.
Roger,
All
sorry.
right. So then let's have everyone back in front over here. Sorry, we can't actually, get people in the. Didn't have a pilot. So once you guys all have your numbers, you're gonna load in. Again, we want the biggest weapon systems we have ready to be used. Private Bull, do you want to take a knee? Thank you. Which is why we have both of the MG guns as number 1 and number 2. So once we're in the air, we want to keep chatter to only on the radio and keep it to a minimum because the chalk lead, who is typically going to be the squad
Hi,
lead,
everybody. We're reviewing
be
air
my job in
assault
this
and
scenario,
fast
the pilot
roping
need to
in
talk
order
to
to
each
be ready
other,
for the FTX
and
tonight.
they're going to be talking over the intercom. So, if you are the chalk lead, you're going to have the responsibility of deploying the ropes, preparing the ropes, deploying the ropes, and then calling out the numbers in order with proper timing so that everyone gets down on the ground at the same time. For anyone in the helicopter, so for you guys in this scenario, your job is to, once your number is called, you're going to hit, I have it set to insert, whatever you guys just set your fast rope key to, not repel. You guys are going to use that to fast rope down. Now, if for some reason that does not work, you can ace interact on the helicopter, not self interact, but ace interact on the helicopter, go to fast ropes and go to fast rope down. But right next to that is the one that says cut ropes. So obviously, if you guys can, you have to use whatever you guys set as your actual fast rope keybind, so we don't have the possibility of cutting the ropes. That's why we go over that. Lieutenant Tell.
So, and to add a little bit to that, guys. So, if you want to know a great way to piss off the task force commander and have him yelling at you and your platoon HQ, cutting the ropes is a great fucking way to make it happen. All right. There's the reason he's telling you guys to use that insert key is because yes, while that fast rope is right next to the cut ropes, if you have it hovered on fast rope because you're ready to do it, and then somebody else goes down the rope right as you release, the fast rope option disappears, and your cursor will then magically appear right over top of the cut ropes, and you will cut ropes on accident. That's why you guys use your fucking key for this. Don't use the ace interact. If you ever get to, it should never be a situation where your shortcut key that you set it for doesn't work. If it's not working, there's a reason. It's probably not going to. Ace interact isn't going to work either. So figure out another way to get yourself down. But do not cut the ropes, and whatever you do not fucking repel. I don't care if it means you have to stay in the fucking bird and the bird goes somewhere else, finds an LZ and lands, and then you get out. That happens before you repel out of the bird. You just simply don't repel. Is everybody clear on all that?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
LT.
All right, sorry.
All right, thank you, LT. Yes, all of that really is why we stress this so much. So, the other important thing is, just like anything else that we do in the unit, pro words are important. So again, if you're not taking notes on this, you should be. So when the pilot says it's time to go, the chalk lead will say 1 go, 2 go, and then who's number 1?
Rainey's number 1, Sergeant.
So Rainey was number 1. Thank you. So Rainey would say 1 out, and then Red Path would say 2 out. They would say that, and then they would hit their fast rope key, just like with the radio. You give it a beat to make sure that went across. And then it just keeps going down the line. As soon as you hear me say 3 go, 4 go, whoever's 3 says 3 out, hits insert or whatever they have their key as, and 4 says 4 out, and hits whatever they have their key as, until everybody's out of the bird. Everybody tracking?
Roger, sir.
Roger, sorry.
All right. Does anybody have any questions and comments on that? On the Black Hawk procedure?
Sorry.
Send it, Private Bull.
Do we call it out on the squad radio? Team radio, or just like local inside a helicopter?
So you want to say it. That's a very good point. Thank you. I did not specify that. You want to just say it just normally, not on the radio, because you want it to come over the intercom, because I might not necessarily be on a radio net that you're on. You know? So if you're Delta Assistant, you're not going to be talking on any radio net that I can hear. So you want to say it normally so that it comes on over intercom and the chalk lead can hear you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Private Bull. I forgot that point. All right, let's move over to the Chinook. It's almost the same procedure. I just want to go over a couple things. All right, so how do we load into the Chinook versus the Blackhawk?
45-degree angle at the rear.
45-degree angle at the rear, 2 lines, absolutely correct, Corporal Cannon. We would do the exact same thing. I would want both of the machine gun teams lined up on one side, and I would want both of the AT teams lined up on the other side. We would count you guys off in the exact same order. I would want MGs on first. They would take the ramp seats so that they could fire, and then if they other squad is not taking the guns, or if nobody else is on the guns, I would want the other 2 team leads on the guns already on the Chinook. It's going to be the exact same interactions for you guys. It's just going to be hitting your insert key when it's time, and it's going to be the same interactions if you are ever the chalk lead, just going into ace, preparing, and then deploying the ropes. Usually with these, it's going to take a bit longer because there's more people, and we typically have these hovering a bit higher, so it might be slower, me going between 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. Just remember, wait until your number is actually called, and just like the radio, again, to emphasize this, over local, you're going to say your number out, wait a beat, and then hit your fast rope key. I need to make sure... Khaki, good. Okay, there it is. Does anybody have any questions or comments about fast roping with the Chinook?
Negative.
Negative, sorry.
No.
Negative? All right.
I had a comment,
Go
Sergeant.
ahead, Private Spears.
Just wanted to reiterate for the new folks, the reason we say out and not going is if you say going, it might get cut off and inadvertently make somebody else go. We've had it happen before. Just remember to say out. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Private Spears. I actually had forgotten the to add that in. All right, Private Khaki. Do you have questions, or is there stuff that you missed?
Negative.
Negative. All right. Nobody else has anything to add onto this. We're gonna go on to the last. Sorry, one sec.
Sorry, I don't mean to break in. We can do this later, but I just need that key binding. For the fast roping. I wasn't here. That's when I crashed out.
Copy that. One sec.
We can get him set up with that, Sergeant Gray, if you're working on other stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. Private Red Path, you have an Android in your loadout.
Okay, go for it, Sergeant Ryan.
Yeah, you shouldn't have one.
Escape.
Oh.
Configure.
Alright.
Yeah.
Controls.
Can you go
Okay.
fix that?
Sure.
Configure add-ons.
Okay, give me one sec, guys.
Okay, hold
I'll see
on.
if you wanna-
Let's come over here to the.
Just looking for configure add-ons.
It's down at the right, down on the right-hand side.
Oh,
next to the
got
OK
it,
button.
got it. Okay,
From the drop-down menu, go to Ace Vehicles. Find the fast rope
okay, hold on.
entry, and set that to. A lot of people use the insert key.
I'm in Ace Weapons.
Drop it.
Just hold on. Okay, I'm in Ace Vehicles.
Find the fast rope key.
Got it.
A lot of people set that to insert. Make sure you click OK to get out of it. Don't hit escape or it won't save the change.
Okay. Let me
Now
just.
go to the, now go to
So, sorry. Cut ropes have nothing.
Good. That's
Okay.
how it should be.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you.
Looks like we're kind of chilling for the moment. Sergeant Gray and Lieutenant Tell stepped off to presumably plan some stuff, so just kind of hanging out at the moment.
And Private Redpath, not for nothing. This is so minor. I hesitate to even mention it, but you're his primary chain of command. So I mean, you should take care of that stuff. If he has a question, he should come to you with it first.
Yep.
All right. I need to go off comms for one mic. Lieutenant Tell, you have the floor.
All right, sounds good. All right, guys. One thing, real quick. Right now, something that's been discovered through some testing that was done by somebody in Havoc 1. Right now, for anybody who's carrying the M856A or whatever the fuck it is type of ammo, the set type, that ammo is extremely ineffective right now. You're talking sometimes it can take upwards 20, 30 rounds to drop a guy. That Mark 318 ammo is actually working a hell of a lot better. So everybody who's carrying that 8556 or A or whatever the fuck it's called, why don't you guys run over the box real quick, swap out your ammo type to where you're carrying Mark 318, and then from that point you should be good for the rest of this op.
Copy that, sir.
Okay.
It'll be changed overall here soon, so it'll be fixed, but for now it's just a quick issue.
It's 318.
Literally everybody.
Yeah, the Mark 318 is what you want to carry.
Okay, copy.
Yeah, obviously you 240 gunner shouldn't need to change the thing, but
Sorry, what was the type of ammo?
Mark 318 is what you want to be carrying. It'll be fixed soon, but for now, that's just what you want to do.
If you change the mag for your weapon, make sure you condition 4 again.
Small question, LT.
Send it.
Should we use that type of ammo on every official thing, like even on the FTX?
For tonight, I would say yes. Short term only, though. A fix should be getting put out, and then you can go back to utilizing whichever type. But for right now, just use that.
Okay.
Yep, hurry up and wait. That's interesting about the ammo, though. We didn't know about that. We've all been kind of complaining. We thought it was just the people we were fighting, but yeah, it was like half a mag per, enemy football. So that's an awesome change. I shouldn't have to shoot somebody in the face 6 times to drop them. Hey, Yogi, how you doing? I, too, like cake. Hey, I'm gonna do this to show you guys. I changed all this shit today. I just want to flip between these two scenes because I'm pretty proud of it.
All right.
Build is ready.
Wait one on Alpha.
Copy that.
Get your frequency.
I added a couple of little transitions and some fancy shit, so tried to step the stream quality up a little bit, so hopefully it sounds better. I did a lot of work on the mic, but also on the transitions and all that stuff too, so...
Radio check on 134.1.
Trying to step it up. Thank you to the viewers and the people who subbed, so... Giving a little more effort into it,
Alpha's all good.
All right, Rainy and gentlemen, let's everybody lock and load. We will not be securing OBJ Gorlami. There's been a change of plans. When you guys are set, I want you guys to go through this flag to live fire, set up 360 security on that position, and hold it from any enemies attempting to take it back.
Charlie copies.
Roger that.
Live once you're through.
Mark, copy. Let me know when you're through.
Let's take east.
3-4, heading through.
Yep. Spears is on going east.
I'm through.
Roger's literally north.
Charlie's got east.
Delta's looking north.
Alpha's got the southwest.
That's going to be a
Bravo's
problem.
getting
We can't
west.
see much over there.
I really can't.
Make it comfy, guys.
Can see all the way down to the town on the other side, though.
Yeah. Charlie's green on the east.
Cannon, I'm gonna do a trench for you right here.
Yeah, Roger.
We're just scanning for targets.
If you can find a better... Well,
Tree 4, this is Bravo. I'm currently at 50%.
Damn it, Gray.
No, you can do it. You can do it now, I swear.
Right up there.
Just Ace Interact.
Take some cover. I'll put down a trench.
Be able to help dig.
Do you want me to drop a trench or anything? I hear everybody else doing that.
if you find a better place for it, I mean, for us, where a trench is necessary.
Alright.
Otherwise, we got a good rock here.
We're looking west.
I mean, this might give us better sight lines over this way.
There's
Disregard.
direct east-ish, yeah, but you sacrifice the southeast and south.
Yeah. Let me have a look over here.
I'm not getting an option to help you out there.
Alright, so it looks like either way, we either have direct south or direct east. Everything between the trees is going to be a surprise.
Bravo has eyes on
Let's
movement
trust
bearing tree 10 by
somebody
300
covering our
meters.
south.
Copy.
Call a movement to the west.
Copy. I think actually, Sergeant, we're the southmost element. I don't see anybody else looking out this way.
Eyes on it. Eyes on contacts west by 200 meters.
Cover that, Bravo Delta. Swing around and get him.
Yeah, it's Delta, we're engaged.
I'm taking contact. I hear shots landing near me.
I think it's going over their heads, landing near us.
Copy.
Thank you.
How you doing, Mike?
Bearing on those contacts to the west is tree 2-1.
Hey, Mike, in the future, try to do just a trench instead of a bunch of sandbags. Guys, call it out. What are we shooting at?
Bravo's engaging a squad size element out to the west. Range is approximately 300.
Alpha, you seen anything?
Hey, firm eyes on a single
So this is a 360 security kind of training. We had some goof
Charlie
up
got
last week,
contact
so...
due east, 090, about 400, 500 meters.
Due east, copy. Let's shift fire to compensate for that, guys. How many is it, Charlie?
Alpha
Stand by.
east.
This is Delta. Looks like there's 2 squads coming in from
Break,
the
break,
east.
break. Mike's getting it down to 345.
Alpha, there's a contact by 269 from our pause. We're on our left, your right.
Mike, this is 3-4, you up?
Lock it up.
Can you get my pause it out?
Charlie, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Engaging these guys east. There's at least a squad out there.
Copy, I'm eyes on. Reloading. I got shot in the ass.
Charlie's 3-4.
Keep checking. Send it.
How's our east looking?
We still got about a fire team left up there. That's...
IDF.
Now it's BMP bearing 061 from my pause. Stand by for range.
For that Alpha, you gotta pick up southern security, Charlie, looking east.
389. Clear?
Charlie's engaging. Clear my back blast. Rocket.
Clear.
Smoke and dismounts on the BMP.
Shit,
I'm
Charlie.
patching up. I'll be up in a second.
Catastrophic. Dismounts are down. Well, almost. good. Yeah, well, check my assistant.
I'm good. We've got a squad size moving up the road, side of the road, east side of the road.
Alpha, where you going? Alpha's getting better eyes out south. Copy, you get really exposed on your east of your west.
Reference white smoke. There's 3 times crawling along that defilade. Reloading.
Do we have an MG on the east side? Because there's a lot of infantry over here.
You don't, Alpha Bravo, talk it out. What are you shooting at?
Yeah, this is a little bit tough here, but
move,
you know,
like
the situations we've ended up in, so I don't know.
Copy that.
Bravo, this is Charlie. Reference a big cloud of white smoke when you get over here. I'll be behind that.
Southeast. Close contact to the direct south-southeast of Alpha.
They're calling
34
close
Charlie,
contact
right
south.
south.
Copy. Shifting. Crag out.
Off to your right a little bit. Look right.
Fourth down.
Locked up in the clear position.
Fuck. Flash out. Throwing frag. Danger close. Danger close. Danger close.
Charlie's still.
Send it.
Hey, I'm hurt real bad. He's danger close over there.
He's down. He's down. Say again. No.
I'm asking, are you guys okay?
Man, they're getting really fucking close.
Alpha, need group support here. Taking heavy contact west.
Roger.
I'm gonna need Mike on my pause for pain.
Alpha, this is Delta.
Center for Alpha.
We're off on your west. Engage targets.
Break, break. This is Charlie 2IC stepping up. Charlie is down. I need Mike. Reference yellow smoke. I've got to move him back. We need coverage. We've got danger close.
Charlie, this is Bravo moving up on your left.
Copy.
Right here with you.
Alright, I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna move him up to this rock, Mike, so he's at least under a little bit of cover.
Delta, we need to cover Alpha. Alpha, I want you to move back up to the north and try to get closer to the rest of the squad.
Yeah, firm.
Yeah, this is Delta. We're doing this right now.
Yeah, go.
Bravo's moving back to the northeast. Delta, how you doing?
Yeah, 3-4, this is Delta. My assistant's up. He's the only one up right now. I'm combat ineffective. I'm bandaging.
Mike, are you up?
That hold us while Alpha moves. Mike is up, he's moving. Bravo, try to pull back west as long as it doesn't block your eyes. This is Bravo, we've got pretty good eyes from here, we just can't watch our north. Copy that, Alpha, once you're all set, you need to shift to the north. I've copies, north.
Mike, this is Charlie. Are you up?
3-4, this is Delta. We got enemies pushing in our northwest. I can't see how many.
This is Bravo, we got enemies danger close.
3-4, this is Charlie. I cannot get Mike up.
Can't get Mike up?
I can't get Mike on the radio.
Mike's working on Alpha assistant this time, moving to you.
Copy. Charlie's received CPR. He's probably gonna need Mike. We'll see if he gets up.
You have CLS?
Yeah, but I'm also taking close contact.
Charlie, back up. I got it.
Yep, gotcha. I'm watching your north.
Hey, 3-4.
Alpha's engaging contacts north.
3-4, this is Delta. Anybody on this net got eyes on?
Jesus, getting fucking butchered over here.
Yeah, 3-4's up, send it.
Yeah, 3-4, this is Delta. I I got my assistant looking west, and I'm looking south. We've got enemies coming both west and south.
Charlie, you good now?
It's unknown at the time. I estimate like a fire team to the south, possibly a squad.
He's down.
Cover that, Charlie. I want west, south, east, Bravo, east to north, Alpha, north to west, and then west and south for Charlie or Delta.
Charlie copies south and east.
Alpha copies. Mike, Bravo. Mike, this is Bravo.
Send it for Mike.
Assistant could use some team management when you get a minute.
Stand by.
Copy. This Alpha, my assistant has eyes on contacts northeast as well. How far? How many?
Cover more south, I'll keep...
Copy.
Right up by that stone wall. Over that.
About 50 meters, just a fire team, it seems. 50 meters, copy.
Reloading. We got frags being thrown at us. Copy.
3-4 my eyes south are pretty much shit. They can walk up right on us in this foliage. I'm gonna have to move with my assistant and push off a little more west.
Would that make it so?
Delta Roger.
That's something big coming from the west. It's all you, Delta.
Yeah, this is Delta taking our position.
You want me to give you another heat or you good?
Can you pull back and try to hit it further on the north?
Can you say on the radio? I can't hear you.
I'm good for now.
Copy.
Mike, this is Charlie.
Send it to Mike.
We both need pain med.
Copy. Into your position now.
Delta, do you have eyes on?
Delta Roger, engage.
Copy, what is it?
Pushing morphine.
This is Delta, it's a BMP. Pushing off to the east. It's
Pushing morphine.
fucking
Thanks,
fine,
Mike.
definitely for us.
Oh.
Copy, how far out is it?
700 meters. Before this Delta, the thing's moving north.
Copy that, Charlie's 3-4.
Set up, Charlie.
I think I'm having shots coming from your direct south, my southeast.
Yeah, we're trying to engage them. They're getting close to us in these trees just off to our southeast here. But I think we're ahead of them.
Copy that. Can you push more to the south and try to get more online with Delta's southern?
We can try.
Copy. Let me know if it's untenable.
Yeah, shift over there south a bit.
Delta,
Copy.
still alive, that over.
Delta, just looking behind some trees for us. We have to maneuver off to the north.
Copy. Go for it. I can pick up your second.
We got no cover over here, Charlie.
I'm engaging the Swaza Dolmen north. Bearing 016 from his position.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cover that. How far? 50 meters. That's Charlie. How you doing? Yeah, copy. They moved to my south as well.
Fuck.
Bravo, how much are you engaging over there?
Yeah, I kind of saw that coming. There wasn't a lot we could do there.
We can move. Copy. Bravo, Charlie. Can you work together to switch positions? We need more firepower in the south.
My assistant's down. I might need some help over here.
Copy. Moving.
Who's assisting is down.
Charlie.
Charlie system.
Copy.
I got him. Okay, you got him, Mike?
Yeah,
Bravo, try to start
I'm gonna need
shifting
help
down
when
to the
you're done
south.
with him.
3-4. This
Copy, Bravo's on the move. Delta, center for 3-4.
Yeah, I don't have eyes on that piece of armor. I'm gonna keep looking.
I've been trying your technique, Yogi. It didn't seem to be working. When in doubt, shoot him in the dick.
Mike, this is Delta.
Send it to Mike.
Alpha's down over here. We're gonna need you on Delta's position.
We did some, you'll get a kick out of this, Yogi. We did some training last night. I filled in with 3-2, and they tried to stop an ambush with claymores.
Calling 3-4 is down. Mike, can you work on that?
3-4
is not down. Bravo, they're all in this yellow smoke. Good copy.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
I'd maneuver if I could fucking move, but I can't.
Yep. Okay.
Oh,
going
smoke's
past
clearing,
you.
smoke's clearing.
Delta's 3-4.
Send it for Delta.
You have eyes on it yet?
Nope, it's got eyes on me.
Copy that, we're trying to get Charlie up so we can help.
Hey, first
I'm up. I just
Hawkins, shift south. I gotta shift south.
Oh, I got a patch.
This is Delta, Roger.
I can't hear you, Hawkins.
He should be up. I'm gonna head to Delta.
Spears is up.
Spears, get up. I'm covering south. Move.
Copy.
Hold south.
Yeah, mine's on.
Right, go left inside.
Yep, sorry.
Delta, this is Charlie.
Send it.
Do you have a general location for that armor?
Yeah, I've got eyes on it. It's out west. But it's hit our position pretty hard. Trying to get out some humans so I can maneuver.
Yeah.
Charlie, am I staying here or moving to you?
Bravo, I need you covering north and south.
Stay there for now.
Copy.
I think we need all the rifles over there, but just need
Bravo's
a
on the
couple
side.
walls over here.
Understood.
Shit, Alpha, check in.
Yeah, he popped it.
3-4, this is Delta.
Center 3-4.
I got enemies danger close off to the southwest. 50 meters.
Copy that. Alpha, are you up?
He's down on one.
System up.
Danger close, east!
Where's Spears?
Down the hill.
3-4, this is Delta.
Center 3-4.
I'm unable to engage that armor with all these fucking contacts over to the south.
Yeah,
Copy that.
Charlie's in the same situation over here near Delta, but we're taking danger close contact. Every time I pull my Maws out, somebody walks up on me and starts shooting me in the face.
Copy that. Alpha, if you're up, you've got to try to shift fire to the west. Alpha's back up, going to the west. Copy that.
Did say again, Alpha is down. He's up.
Yeah, copy that. He's moving, Mike. Everybody check in.
Delta, we're okay.
Spears is good.
Charlie's down. Charlie's down in Alpha's position. Charlie's down. Copy. Mike, try to move there.
This is Charlie 2, I see stepping up. Hey guys, Charlie's down, I'm leaving you.
Alpha, can you get your CLS on him? Hey, firm doing it. I was thinking multiple contacts northwest within 100 meters.
Point them out, where are they at?
Coming in, Bravo, check in on the west. Bravo, check in on the side. Sorry, I meant the east. You want us to push east? No, just look east. With everybody watching. Have your system watching east. Copy. Mike, how's Charlie looking?
This is Charlie 2, I see Mike's not here, I'm working on him. Alpha's taking heavy fire trying to protect us.
I got
Copy, Alpha
sitting down here.
Pushing CPR.
Reloading.
Hold it for 3-4.
Close in that yellow smoke.
Bravo is dope.
Calm down.
Send it. How you guys doing over there?
Alpha, Mike's right behind you. Watch him.
Get back up.
Right,
Charlie's back up. Spears, let's get back over.
Cover that, Charlie. Stealthy, you can't get the armor to the west.
Copy, moving.
Roger, catastrophic.
Bravo, this is Charlie. We're regrouping.
Cover that, Charlie. Try to cover our north to the east.
Charlie copies.
One Alpha northwest, Delta southwest.
We're north and east now, Spears.
Swap.
Copy.
We got danger close east, northeast.
Break this Bravo. We got danger close to our side, southeast.
Cover that, Bravo. Delta, you can see them. They're going to be directly for you.
Stealth, we're shifting.
Copy. Try to pull them up north. You're way outstretched compared to the rest of us.
Alpha's assistant is down. Yeah, Roger, I gotta get a flank with these guys to the east.
Man,
ran out of
fucking
Alpha.
getting dropped. This might be a little much for a fucking 8-man squad.
Cover that, Charlie. Bravo, check in.
Charlie's up.
Alpha just took one down. Danger close southwest. Bravo's checking in. We still got enemies super close.
Cover that, Delta.
Charlie, you good?
Move north. Reconsolidate with more of the squad. Charlie, we're moving to you.
I don't even know where I got shot from.
Charlie assistant back up, but we could still use Mike.
Cover that, he's working on out.
Lead as you can, they're moving north. Let's go.
I need a
Push
more
over here with me.
than Mike can.
All teams give me immediate support.
Charlie is green on 556, yellow on AT, and could use Mike.
Okay, I'm up. I'm up.
Cover that, Mike. Hit to Charlie when you're done.
I'm still working on myself. I'm pretty damaged.
I'm checking on Bravo.
Move to you.
Copy.
They're okay, I'm coming back.
Roger.
Alpha's yellow on 506, green on belts. Green on medical supplies.
Hey, I am black on frag.
Bravo is yellow on 556. Near the yellow ones, 762 on green on
Copy.
everything else.
Cover that, just waiting on you, Delta.
Yep, Delta, we have yellow on 556, green on medical, and yellow on equipment.
Go ahead, give me a heat round.
Copy.
Mike, you gotta get to Bravo's pause time now. They're assistant down.
You're good. You got one. I've got 1 and 1.
Hold on.
All elements 3-4, pause X, pause X. Safety's on, rally at the flagpole.
You heard him.
Copy. Delta,
Try to copy.
Make sure everyone's good medically.
Copy.
Got a school circle gun.
Okay, we're rolling back the flag.
5 is 3-4. We're all set.
Hey, Bravo system could use some.
LT, do you want to take the floor? Or you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
So everyone, how do we think we've been doing so far?
Off to a rough start, I'd say.
Off to a rough start.
I'd agree with that.
All right, I'd agree with that too, but the key word there was start, not a rough time. You guys have we've been doing markedly better since we got into a tighter group here, which is something that kind of happened naturally. Sergeant Lyon brought up a great point at the beginning that, and this is an error on my part as well, we were running around a lot towards the beginning trying to respond to the threat instead of initially coming up with the kind of best overall position for our different weapon systems. Obviously, movement's going to be a thing depending on the threat, especially since we have AT guys who have to get sight on the armor, and we have MG guys that might need to get into a kill lane. But I feel like we have good positions set now with our AT guys on opposite corners, giving our AT guys a lot more room to move. But those are the two biggest things that I saw from perspective as squad lead that we improved on as we went on already, which was, again, just procuring good sectors in the first part and making sure that we're not too spread out. The reason we actually moved to this position is it was brought up by Lieutenant Tell here that this was a better position for a squad size element to hold, and I think you guys can see that so far. LT, did you have anything else to add?
That was the main thing. Is I just wanted you guys to take a look at. Notice how you guys originally your position started out as far as where you guys dug in versus where you ended up being. Notice it's just a lot tighter circle. So when you guys get, obviously it doesn't always have to be that way, but when you guys are getting hit hard like you guys were, because I threw a lot of shit at you guys, no doubt about it. And the reason for that is to make sure you guys understood that concept as far as that. Okay, when you have somewhat limited eyes, and especially when you're getting hit by, an element you guys' size of just 10 people, then you've got to constrict that in a little bit. Obviously, the flip side comes into is you also obviously have to keep in mind if IDF was to come in, well, then you can't be too, bunched up. So there's that delicate balance. Basically, at this point, I was just trying to give you guys a feel for what that would look like, depending upon the severity. But for just a single squad, you guys fought a lot of shit. So I hope that helped as far as you guys see the concept that I was looking for. That's all I got, Sandra.
So,
thank you, LT.
Can I ask a question, Lieutenant?
Please.
What would you say would be a good? Would you put us in positions that you think would be the appropriate spacing for this position?
Well, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but yeah. So, for example, like how you guys have got your positions up here on the, this one here and there, you guys have decent eyes out looking over there, but you guys are calling out, you didn't have shit for eyes out here to the southeast very well. Right. So that's one of those cases where you guys just got to buckle in and bring it in tighter and then cover what you can. That is one of the downsides of this spot, especially for a weapon squad, is, as far as out here to, your east to your southwest, you don't have much distance for eyes as far as how far you can see, especially with your guys' weapon systems. But nonetheless, sometimes that's the hand you're dealt and you got to deal with it. But that's why I was trying to give you guys some armor for you guys to hit at range out here to these other directions. But in general, when you're not having IDF coming and landing on your head like you guys have not, then yeah, I would say that this position you've got there and here are good for facing out that direction, because then you've got good oversight. And then, something close enough to where you guys can still maneuver. So possibly, I don't know, about where that rock is right there might be appropriate, might be even too far. But then collapsing and expanding as you guys need to. Does that answer your question, Sarn?
Yes, thank you, Exo.
Okay. Anybody else?
Negative.
Negative, sir. All right. Sarn Gray, I brought here or go ahead, Sarn Gray. You about to say something?
Thank you, LT. I assume you're about to say that you brought an arsenal for resupply.
If you want to, yep.
Copy. Okay. So just one other thing I wanted to go over. There were a couple points earlier on where the squad net kind of went dead. For this next one, team leads. If you're an AT team and you're seeing a whole platoon coming down on the west, talk with whatever MG team's closest to you. Get them to swivel over. remember that on squad net that we're a 4-man team. Well, not counting me and Doc. Really quick, what did can everybody give me their air supports really quick? One more time.
Alpha.
Alpha's yellow on belts and 556, and green on medical supplies.
Copy.
Bravo is yellow on 556 and 762, green on everything else.
Alright.
Charlie is yellow on 556 and grenades. Actually, I think we're red on frags. And we got 2 AT, 2 heat. 2 heat, 2 HE.
Copy. Delta.
Yeah, we're yellow on 556, green on medical, and yellow on equipment.
Okay, we'll do a resupply. There were 2 comments. First one was Private Khaki.
Thank you, Sergeant. Just wanted to say that while I was being called to reach some of the, let's say, squad, like if I'm being called from Bravo or Charlie or whatever squad, on my way I was running, I saw like a lot of people laying down that have been not called. They are down, so just reminders, always step up when your, let's say, squad leader is down, because especially like if I'm running around, like they will call me to Bravo when I was working on Alpha, because like they got confused because right now I'm dealing with another injury. That's all for me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Private Khaki. Yeah, guys, remember, step up on the radio. Information is our best weapon. Quick thing, Sergeant Line, just really quick with that. I do know that nobody stepped up on platoon net when I went down, so I know that we're in squad training. Just remember, team leads have 130 as like your channel 3, so you can quickly hop up if you have to platoon. Sergeant Line, you had a comment.
Roger, that was my bad. This is Private Khaki. When you're treating someone medically, is it impossible for you to use the radio at the same time? Does it cancel your treatment?
Negative, but it's a bit hard when I'm working in bullets next to me. Sometimes I have some difficulty hearing comms, especially when 4 of you guys processing information. So sometimes I miss it, so it will be nice to send it again. And I will be glad to respond to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Anybody else comments, questions before we resupply and get back to this?
So, Greg, one other thing I just remembered also that I took a note on. I don't know how many times I heard Sergeant Gray have to ask how far when people were calling stuff out. Remember, guys, 3Ds, one of them being distance. Make sure you guys are sending all 3 of them up. So, that's all good, sir.
Thank you, LT. Yeah, at the very minimum, are you seeing a squad 100 meters away or a click away? At the bare minimum, but find that balance of information and brevity. All right, if nobody has anything else, let's get resupplied and try this again.
All right, respawn anything you need.
Excuse me, Sergeant.
Private, we are in the middle of a squad training.
Hey, firm.
Make sure you get on medical supplies too.
Yeah, Raj.
Alright, all teams, let me know when you're done. Take up your positions again. Let's do the same thing to the north, west. I want Alpha, Bravo, southeast, and then Charlie, northeast, Delta, southwest.
Charlie copies.
Alpha copies. Remember, guys, I want a lot more
done?
teamwork between the team leads this time.
I don't think so, but I can't interact with it.
So far, let me know when everyone's set to go.
I'm gonna put one more down over here.
Mike is green.
Hey, Sergeant Light.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're good.
say you wanted Bravo?
Let's go.
I get you.
You're gonna get job this time. Yep.
I get you. Just so you understand, though, if you're not responding, that means people think you're down, which distracts us from what we need to do, which
We're
is kill
southeast.
shit. And we got to go find you and make sure you're up and everything like that. Because if the mic goes down, that becomes our top priority.
Or it looks like
Get
Alpha's
the mic
green.
back up. So just try to at least give us a standby or something. So we
Okay.
know that you're up.
No, it's okay. We use this one.
Delta, can you take southwest?
That comes with
What about Black Bag?
Roger.
You'll
Left
get
side southeast.
You'll get that.
No, I want MGs in opposite corners.
Southwest.
Delta, we're moving.
Alright, all teams, let me know when you're ready.
Charlie Green.
One over southwest.
Alpha's green.
Spears, if we're going to be firing that way, we're going to be. If we need to be oriented that way, that means Bravo is
Bravo's
down
in position
or whatever, and we're going to be
Yeah.
firing over them. So
This is mostly just to protect us from getting shot in the butt.
Okay.
That's my intention anyway.
Yeah, push it forward just a little bit.
Send in the winged hussars.
Why don't you orient more east? I'll orient more north, and we'll split the difference in our arcs.
Copy that.
Do I just put it back to channel 130? Okay, yeah.
All elements 3-4, be advised, resupply is gone.
You can just put it on channel 2.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Is that an Indy?
Sounded like it.
We have very close contacts northeast, Charlie.
Copy. Charlie copies engaging. I don't see him yet.
I dropped 3.
By the rock wall.
2 are down, 1 might still be up.
Took out a single contact bearing 296, 100 meters from position.
Cover that, Alpha.
Okay, I'm looking north.
3-4, this is Delta. We got danger close to the southwest. Just dropped 2 of them. Looks like it's a fire team.
Cover that, Delta.
Before this Delta scratched that, it was 2 guys.
Those guys must have been left over from the last group.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how they got up there so quick.
I'm a little exposed here on my right flank. I might have to put up some
They may have been left over op 4.
Bravo, this is Charlie, you okay?
Bravo's green.
This is Charlie. We have a fire team coming in from the direct north. Close about 200 meters.
Cover that, Charlie.
Charlie Alpha's in your position right now.
Those fucking things.
Delta's 3-4. Delta, this is 3-4.
Center for Delta.
Shit hits the fan, I want you to break direct north to Alpha's previous position.
This is Delta, roger.
Alpha, how's it looking?
Taking out sporadic contacts about 100 meters away from us.
It was more like a squad.
Copy.
3-4, this is Delta.
Shit, Spears.
The fire team side element pushed up on me, danger close to the south.
Coming that, I want you to pull back to Alpha's old position.
This is cheating.
This is Bravo, we got movements.
This is cheating. I'm gonna turn that back on.
By 100 meters.
No, disregard, sorry. I was thinking out loud to myself about something.
2-4 copies.
That's the other thing I changed about the stream is my fucking push to talks. So, my bad on that one, guys. Yeah.
You watch east because Bravo had to drop east for a second.
Copy.
I was engaging context less than 50 meters northeast. Is that Alpha? Seems like a squad size element.
Spears.
Yeah. I'm right next to you.
We need you orienting east.
Copy.
This is Bravo, we've got contacts 20 meters away south of our position.
This is Charlie 2IC. Charlie is down. I need Mike on my pause. I got a full squad moving on us.
Frag out the white.
Reloading.
This is Bravo, my assistant's down.
For them, Bravo. Mike, you up?
I'm up working on Charlie.
Cover that, Bravo. Try to pull him further north.
3-4, this is Charlie. Reference yellow smoke in the northeast. Squad size element, about 50 meters.
Cover that, Delta. You gotta fucking peel back. You got shit to the northwest.
CPR.
Get your legs up, we gotta move. Yeah, get your legs up, we gotta move.
Another frag out in the white.
Roger, just get your legs up.
Delta, peel back to this position here.
Yeah, this is Delta. We cannot move right now.
Machine gunner's down.
Copy, Bravo. Try to get your guy to the south.
Mike, you can go ahead and move to the machine gun. I'll get him.
Or move northwest of my pod.
This is Bravo, negative, cannot move.
Copy,
Enemies
Alpha. I
within
need you
50
watch.
meters.
For that, Alpha. I need you holding down the north.
Delta, go back.
Charlie's back up.
Cover that, Charlie. I need you to try to move and help Bravo.
Frag, get down!
Alpha, pick up northeast.
Yeah, I was smoked.
Dig in for Charlie.
Charlie, try to move to Bravo's position and help them. Alpha, pick up northeast.
This is Delta. We got southwest.
Charlie's heavily engaged. Charlie's heavily engaged. We got armor at us. No eyes yet.
I took a lot of hits here. We got armor coming from somewhere. I do not see it.
Yep.
Bravo, check in.
This is Charlie. It sounds like it's off to our east-southeast, about bearing 100. We got big clouds of smoke in front of us. Can't ID.
I'm gonna push out.
Charlie, you need to look for it. Delta, you need to move to Bravo.
Charlie, my legs are fucked. I can't move yet.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to wait for these smoke clears anyway.
Copy.
But it's out around 100-ish, I think, based on the sound.
Copy. Hey, let 3-4. He's got danger close on him over there. Oh, I'm sorry, Delta.
It's down on my boss.
3-4 is Charlie 2IC stepping up. Charlie's down. We're being heavily engaged in the southeast. Three, 4. Any station this net? One, 3, this is Charlie. I think everybody's down. Hang tight, Charlie. We're fucking in a shit show here. Any station this net? Anybody up? One, 3, this is Charlie. How copy? All right, Charlie, sit tight. I gotta find Mike. 1-3, this is Charlie. How copy?
This is Delta, I'm back up.
Havoc 3, this is 3-4.
Alpha's back up.
Yeah, all members 3-4, pause X, safety on.
Pause X, safety on.
The flagpole.
Jeezy Pete's, man.
Yeah, well, I suppose he can teleport to you.
Yeah. 5 is 3-4, all set.
All right. First of all, I'm sorry, guys. That was not the intent. So, where did you guys? I was busy dealing with AI shit to keep it from even getting worse. How did Sergeant Gray? I'll let you take it.
Honestly, I'm gonna take it down to the I want the team leaders in order to say how it just went down for them, because I was dead for half of that and really couldn't see much from my perspective. So Alpha.
Thank you, Sergeant. We were taking heavy contact northeast. I just sat down to reload, looked to my northeast, and then just got shot from who knows where.
Cover that.
Yeah, we just got overwhelmed, really. Thank you, Sergeant. That's it.
Gotcha. Bravo.
Thanks, Sergeant. Just due to the poor visibility out to the southeast, enemies were able to walk up straight into that tree line, twack us from there. My system been down for quite some time. I know Mike was busy with Alpha, and I just had too many angles to cover. That's all. Thanks, Sergeant.
Copy that. From my, sorry, LT.
Well, I just say, guys, that normally with the new mod, the AI does not swarm that much. They take way fucking longer, and so that's why you. And this time they didn't. This time they just fucking swarmed you guys and kept pushing in. So normally you have to put a lot more down, and they trickle into you. This time they just fucking came at you like there was no tomorrow, and so that's why you guys got hit by so much at once. So again, that shit should not have happened. That falls on me. That was not anything on you guys. You simply got hit, but too much at one time for one squad to handle. So I wouldn't take any.
Yeah, that was a shit show.
It wasn't
I didn't realize too that Exo's call sign was 5, so I was calling for anybody on 1-3 and couldn't pull anybody up.
1 Charlie falling back to disposition. I think was good because you can see basically the same thing, same amount of the south as you can from when we were back there. And then Private Bull, when you remember on SquadNet, it's not a huge thing, but remember on SquadNet we don't use last names, so instead of saying this is Private Bull stepping up, Delta's down, you are Delta 2IC. So this is Delta 2IC. That's your call sign. And if you want to, while Delta's down, if you just refer to yourself as Delta, that's fine until he's back up. Yeah.
Go.
Alright, Private Spears, you had a question?
Yes, thank you, Sergeant. I understand now Exo's call sign is 5, but in that event where everybody's down and I'm the only one up, I moved to try to find Mike and get him back up. Is that the best course of action, or what?
Yeah, so in that case, if you think everyone's down, you did exactly the right thing. You got a 130. You would call for, honestly, anyone on that net. The call sign for platoon command isn't 1-3. It's Lieutenant Margiata is going to be 3-6, and Sergeant McCoy is going to be 3-7. But again, you would call for anybody on that net at that point. And yeah, your first goal is going to be Mike.
If you call for Havoc 3, either 3-6 or 3-7, or even platoon Mike will answer.
Yep.
Copy. Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you. And Private Khaki.
Thank you, Sergeant. I just wanted to say about... Yeah, I just wanted to say that I was working on Charlie.
Private Khaki, go on yelling, please.
I'm on yelling.
Okay, now you are.
Yeah, so I was saying that I was working on Charlie, and after I finished working on Charlie, I went to work on Private Red Path Alpha, and after that I got hit by like a heavy fire. I think it was a BTR or a BMP, I'm not sure, but it was heavy, and I got knocked out. And after that I lost everything. Like, I didn't know anything else. Like, I went down from that town to the end, my plan was here to set this position as a treatment place. It was in the middle, but I did not have the time to carry anyone because, as I told you, I just went down right away, and they were pushing like they were super close, like they reached almost here. Thank you, Sergeant.
Gotcha, Private. All right. Just one last thing, guys. Remember, if let's say Delta is covering our west and they have to pick it up to start hunting a piece of armor, we're no longer a 4-pointed star. We're a 3-pointed star. So whoever's on their right and left flank, kind of shift your, your what's the word, sector to more cover theirs, because they're gonna have to drop it to move with that armor. And any other time that a sector needs to be dropped, just keep that in your mind, that we gotta have fire evenly, attempting to evenly cover everything. Private Khaki, question?
Thank you, Sergeant. I just wanted to make sure, like, is it a good idea to build something, let's say, big like this, from two sides to make a place to treat people if we know that we're gonna have, like, let's say, settle for a long time in that position?
I think I know what you're asking. I was actually going to bring it up, that this I saw you set this up earlier, Mike, and I was attempting to use it as a casualty collection point for Bravo to try to move them back from their position over here. Yes, if we're going to be here forever, and we know we have the time, it's not a bad idea to set up a casualty collection point just like this. I'm sure Sergeant Rainey will agree with me. That yes, that is a good idea if we're really going to be making a place home.
Yeah, but it was a bit exposed to me, because when they did attack, like, they were pretty close to me. They could take me out right away if I did not, like, go prone. So my question was, should we use bigger ones?
Oh yeah, it's all just situational. If it makes more sense to use a bigger one, go for it. That's why we have a bigger one over there, because that's a big area that we were going to have multiple guys watching over that whole field on. So yeah, 100%. It's all just situational.
Yep, use the bigger one. Build the magnum trenches, you know?
Just one other quick thing. If you are going to be setting up a casualty collection point, this is actually more directed for you of the Android. You can mark that as a CCP on the Android.
Gotcha.
Comes up
as a blue 4?
Yeah, a firm. If you drop down to medical, and then it'll put a green circle. Please don't hit the Mascaz one though, because that's the one with the exclamation mark inside it. But yeah, if you put it down, that shows up. This is for everyone now. It shows up as a green circle. That's all. Thanks, Sergeant.
Understood. Thank you, Sergeant Rainey.
Bigger 6 of dynamite,
right.
yeah.
Let's LT. Your time
Yogi runs into the fucking ambush and
all right, let's run
double fist and dynamite or something. Compound B.
Just whatever spots. I'm gonna leave it up to team leads. If you think there's better spots than where I had you set up, go for it. Let me know when everyone's set.
I think our spot was good, Charlie.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I agree.
If you guys want to set up different fortifications somewhere, let me know. Just let me know where everyone's set.
Charlie said.
Moving to previous.
Sergeant, can you take out these drones?
Alpha's set.
Delta, I really don't think you can go that far.
I'm unable to do it.
That's the best thing to look. So the Claymore training we use, this would be a great time to do that shit.
You gotta be best fucking
Throw some tripwires all over the place.
On our eastern flank.
Yeah, I agree.
I wish we could do that more.
3-4, this is the only issue I have.
Set up a 3-4.
Be advised, this AG is off comms.
Copy that.
You know what? Fucking Delta.
I'm thinking. Yeah.
Hey Charlie, I'm stepping off for 3 seconds. He'll be right back.
I'm gonna build the big one, by the way. I'm making.
I am gonna put up
Rainey, where you setting
another
up?
thing here to cover our flanks.
Alright, Bull, put
Alright, do
some,
it.
trenches in front of me right here. Sight line.
Alright, everybody ready?
Horrible, but let's start digging.
Alpha's ready.
Charlie ready.
Put it up,
like close up there.
No problem. We're gonna be set up right here.
This is Delta, we're gonna need a second.
Copy.
Hey Delta, you notice that maybe you're right in front of Bravo, digging right there.
Back. Had to step off and get myself a mass cash bourbon.
Set up watching like this over here-ish.
That's my rule now. I'm gonna make that a thing. Anytime there's a mass cash, I'm gonna fucking get some bourbon.
That doesn't help.
Coming in where?
Like for these guys that are to the northwest of 3-4's paws.
West where? How far?
Fire team, 100 meters. You're on them.
West. Bravo has contacts about 100 meters away, bearing 200.
Oh, I got this one. Get the other way. I got this.
Hey, somebody's hot micing.
3-4, this is Delta. To the southwest, about 50 meters.
Yeah, copy. I see him.
Charlie's got infantry inbound from the northeast. Close, about 100 meters.
Copy. How many?
Yeah, they're coming.
I only saw 4.
Hey, Charlie, let Bravo know they're getting hit from the east in the trees. I cannot see them.
Bravo, this is Charlie.
Send it for Bravo.
They've gotten past us close on from your east now.
Okay, I got them coming.
Good copy.
Every time. He's a new guy. He's learning, so we're trying to get that 3D thing into him. God damn, somebody's coming over here. Charlie, you up?
I'm up. They're still coming in from the east.
Yep, I have no eyes. I think they might have gotten through Bravo. I can't see.
Bravo copies.
God fucking damn it, I couldn't see shit with the fucking grass, man.
Moving.
The problem is we're looking at a pretty straight slope, and then it drops immediately right there off the shelf. Yeah, you can hear Lion complaining about it.
Bravo's a squad size.
This is a great bourbon, though. It's Basil Hayden Caribbean Rye, I think. Huge fan. Probably my new favorite sipper.
Cover that, Bravo.
So Mackie.
Yeah.
Mackie, if you drop that, you gotta start watching the north and northwest. Right? Because Alpha's busy doing that, and we have nobody watching like this direction right now. I know you're just
Got
managing them.
Charlie down right here behind us. I'm working on him.
Fuck, copy. This is Bravo. My assistant's working on Charlie. Mike needs you on our policy.
Charlie is down on my position, on Alpha's position.
Cover that, Alpha.
I'm dragging it back. I'm dragging it back. Hold security.
Roger. I lost you. Where are you?
I got him, Mike.
Copy.
I'm gonna need Mike. He needs blood.
Okay, Mike.
Be advised, Bravo 2IC is stepping up.
Yeah, I think, Bowl, maybe that's who it was. I think he's from Singapore. Not 100% sure on that. He literally just joined us last Saturday, and this is our first training together, so.
Bravo needs assistance.
Alpha, you gotta shift fire at Bravo.
It's actually kind of cool. We finally got a full squad. I mean, we don't need any fill-ins. We needed some today because we had some guys out, but yeah, our squad's full. It's awesome.
Already doing that.
And Sergeant Lion.
I suspect he's not carrying an SOP quantity of frags.
I was thinking contact danger close southeast. Be advised, I have 1-3 down on my, or 3-4 down on my paws.
Mike, I need you over here.
Oh
Mike,
shit.
I need you over here.
Yeah, full squads are cool. Looks like we might have gotten mass casted again. I might have to get some more bourbon before I even finish this one off.
Anyone on this net, check in. Alpha's up.
I got a mass gas on my position.
There it is.
All the CLS guys, come near here. I need.
We're getting blasted. I think all the CLS are down.
We need to consolidate on purple smoke. I have 4 men down.
Alright, there's guys over there. I'm gonna go work on them.
Spears needs blood.
Alpha's watching southeast.
It's fine. I'm just bleeding, you know, no big deal.
Casualties up.
It's just blood.
This is Delta. I'm back up.
Delta, be advised, we have lots of men down. We need your assistance as our pause time now.
Delta, roger. Anybody stepped up to 130?
Negative at this time, I've been too busy.
Any station this net. This is 3-4-3.
I need to get security.
Bravo's back up.
Still patching you.
Yeah,
Yes.
copy that.
Work on the rest. Whatever who's up, leave
This is
him and work
3-4.
on the
I'm
rest.
pulling security out, working on time now.
I don't think anybody's working on me. I might flop here.
Bull.
Alright, I'm with you.
Disregard.
I
Well,
got
you step up
3
to
men down right
3-4.
behind us. Keep
Delta.
security. I'm working
Okay,
on
how
as
do
many
I
as I
change
can.
that?
Yeah, copy that.
But I'm also bleeding down at the same time. I'm trying to get them up.
Delta twice, he's stepping up his Delta.
Someone walk
Roger,
on
Delta,
Charlie.
keep your eyes west. Alpha, what
Copy.
sector do you have?
I was watching east.
Pushing. Blood.
Roger, shift a little more southeast.
So let me ask you guys something here. I'm still pretty new to streaming,
Get
right?
your,
This is kind of a new
assistant
thing for
looking
me,
north.
and
Yeah, there you go.
typically what I've been doing at the end of a training, I end the stream, and then it's like an hour break before we start our FTX. Should I just continue streaming, like whatever I'm doing? Typically I just play something else during the room. Should I just continue streaming through that and then ride into the FTX, or should I stop and then restart?
Hey, Mike.
I feel like whenever I stop, I lose whatever viewers I have.
Charlie's assistant's good. He needs blood.
Contact's still in.
Push CPR on 3-4.
Yeah, good shit,
3-4's back up.
Can
Hey,
you step down?
3-4. Alright, so. Okay.
Yeah.
Pushing
Yeah,
blood.
what?
Let you know we have
Patch
4 corners
myself.
set up, but what you
Yeah,
can see
good
behind you.
Gotcha.
Most
3-4
likely
back
gonna
in
need
comms.
blood.
Yeah, A-firm, I will too.
Time keeps on slipping.
Alright guys, how many do we have down?
Alright, well, you step back down.
Charlie's assistant still down.
South, more south.
This is Delta, we're both up, looking
I'll
south.
take-
I don't think I've got long for this world.
At least that's what it sounded like.
Who's I?
Yeah, I could be off. I'm hiding in a hole.
Pushing morphine.
Right, we've got contacts east. Look, sounds like it's close.
Woo! Back to the world.
Mike's 3-4.
Whew.
Charlie.
Back up. Thanks, Mike.
Yep, you just keep.
Charlie, I'm back up.
I'll take Delta.
Is Bravo frag going on?
What provides security, man?
Hey, bye, bye, cracks.
You still up?
Charlie, you up?
Mike,
He's down, he's down.
Charlie's
Bravo's Delta.
down over here.
Send it.
This is Charlie 2. I see you stepping up.
Bravo, there you go. Yeah, you got guys crawling up in that building, all through there. Yeah, good copy.
Hey, Red Pack. When you're done, he's up.
Yeah, I told him press the speakers.
Frag out.
Yeah, over that way.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see nothing yet.
Yeah, they're crawling.
Copy.
Fuckers are getting smart.
I'm trying to figure it out. It's the, you said it, which one?
It's the right arrow.
Okay, there, how's that?
Yeah, that is true, Steve.
Yeah, you're good.
I just know it's important to
Anyway,
build a
on this
base,
Delta,
and I
how we
hate
doing?
to fuck it all up.
This Bravo, we're greenish.
You need ammo?
No,
Pushing
Bravo.
morphine.
Alpha, this Delta.
Copy.
Charlie back up.
Center Bravo.
You guys doing okay over there?
I'm thinking getting close contacts northeast.
Roger, does anybody have eyes on 3-4?
3-4 is up.
Hey, you need ammo?
3-4's up, send it.
Just checking on you, still.
Copy.
This fucking grass is really killer, man.
Yeah, I saw him. Good shit.
3-4, this Delta, we just dropped 2 contacts, danger close to our southwest.
Copy that, good shit guys.
When I say
Hey, Charlie, I'm gonna split off here and kind of hold the CCP if that's all right.
Yeah,
Sounds like we got some hot shots coming from the east.
Yeah, he's down. Bravo's looking for it.
Copy, Bravo, south.
Yeah, that is true. Definitely spending some time with the other streamers. The other kicker is I'm still fairly new, so I don't want
Bravo,
to
just
you
drop
know
2 contacts
bogart a stream or anything like that or
Copy.
whatever. But I know top streams and the captain streams, so maybe if as I spend longer time in the in the unit. Spend some time with those guys. Maybe do a joint stream with them on something. I know they play a lot of the Division and things like that.
Talking, guys. How much stuff are we shooting at?
Charlie's holding no contacts.
Yeah, Roger, keep it up.
Charlie, I dropped 2 in the bushes over here southeast from us. Alright.
It's Delta, we're still engaging southwest and northwest.
Copy. How many engaging?
6 to 10.
Copy.
I got 3 down.
Shit.
Make that 14.
It's Bravo, my system just went off.
We have close contacts to the east.
Jeezy Pete's, fuck me.
This Charlie, my assistant's down.
Well, you know, that's the other kicker too, is that,
down as
you know, most of my audience is 506th, so if they're doing stuff or they're in trainings or whatever, then,
There's Bravo flash going out to the east.
you know, it doesn't really work. Charlie, I'm back up. I'm hurt, though.
We're gonna cover you. Just get him up.
Copy.
Northwest, more west.
Alright.
I'll keep this out.
Mike, I got Alpha CLS working on him. Time now.
So you work on him. We're holding your security. We need that big gun back in the fight.
There's Bravo engaging contacts
Stay
close
down. Stay,
southeast.
go prone.
Hey, Charlie, I smoked that position for those last known contact, trying to get them to force up through the smoke so we can see them.
Well, get behind some cover.
Good shit, Spears.
Copy.
It's weird. It's like getting shot in the chest is a bad thing. Who would have known?
He's got head injury and he's bleeding.
Alright, how much blood? A lot? We got the guys in the yellow smoke, Spears.
Copy.
Mackie, you don't need to move. Just do interactions on him and then medical.
3-4, this is Delta.
Center 3-4.
Hold for 3-4.
Hey, 3-4, he may not have medical menu set up.
Center 3-4.
Well, I want you to switch. Take southwest for me.
But you can do it through Ace Interact, Spears.
Yeah, for sure.
Delta, we're running low on 556 over here. We keep engaging like this.
Yeah,
Copy that. I have some in my backpack. Send your system over.
How's he looking?
Where the fuck is this guy?
Right there, right there.
3 Bravo coming to you. I'm low on 556.
Yeah, he was to your south.
Yeah, just send your system over.
Oh, or not.
Yeah, I'm
Here,
the
take it
one.
on my backpack.
He's
Bravo
got-
still
he's got
engaging
ammo, I don't.
sporadic contacts southeast.
Say again for 3-4. A little bit.
Alright, took 2.
Yeah.
Can we get these guys brought
Can you
in?
work on
I'm not sure what that means, Steven.
Bull, how you doing on ammo?
That's not what we do. We're weapons.
I got you.
Put them down out there and see
Okay, I'm
if they
moving.
can get close enough to infiltrate our lines. No, I'm just saying.
I got you. Alright, Mackie, you got it?
Yeah, no.
So you're green on ammo?
I can't treat him for some reason.
Okay, alright, we'll deal with that afterwards.
More right
Alright.
southwest side.
Yep, Roger.
This is Bravo, my assistant just dropped 1 bearing 227.
I'm running low on 556. It's gonna be up to you.
Wide 75 meters.
Okay. Pushing CPO.
I'm gonna duel. You try to maneuver.
I got an.
Hey, Charlie, all of 3-4 is down on my pause. Or, I'm sorry, all of Alpha is down on my pause.
Alpha's back up.
Copy.
Alpha's assistant is down.
Cover that Alpha. Mike is right over here.
Okay.
Oh, neat. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I know we added something to our website so you can see everybody who's actively streaming, but I think it's behind a membership wall, so I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll talk to him about it. See if I can get added to the list if he's got something different.
This Charlie
This
Alpha's
is
down.
Mike.
Yep, Mike Alpha just went down right next to you.
Yeah, I know.
Cover that.
I'm working on him.
I'm up.
3-4 is Delta.
Set of 3-4.
3-4, it's gonna be a little quiet over here to the southwest.
Just hold security if Mike's working on him.
Yeah, Raj.
Doing
Cover
CPR.
that, Delta.
How are you on ammo?
Stand by. 6 boxes.
Okay, you're good. You got it.
Oh, awesome, cool. All right, I'll have to check that out then. I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, when we resupplied, I took everything I could.
All teams be advised,
You're welcome.
3-4 still has all of my extra ammo for you guys.
Alpha's back up.
Bravo,
Cover
copy,
that.
copy.
Pushing morphine.
3-4, this is Alpha.
Set of 3-4.
Be advised, these bushes to our south, these are letting them come up within 20 meters of us.
Alright, I see 2 guys.
Pushing morphine.
Bravo's engaging south, bearing 164.
You up?
Within 50 meters.
Yeah, I'm up.
Towards southwest.
Yep, I agree. That's what we got.
3-4 is Delta.
Set of 3-4.
How are you on medical supplies?
3-4, I got eyes on a 2-man team pushing in from the southwest, about 400 meters out.
Roger.
Copy that.
Got one. The other one is behind the cover.
Yep, Roger.
they
Just
were
try
in
and stay
there.
behind cover.
Copy.
Hey, Charlie, be advised. I've got a fire team size element 066 from our paws, roughly 200 meters.
This is Charlie. We got a fire team sized element inbound from northeast 066.
Scratch that 400 meters.
About 400 meters out.
Fire team.
That, Charlie.
Alpha, they're coming right at you.
He sees me and immediately drops me. Are you kidding me? That's an amazing shot. That's behind a fucking trench, too.
Mike, this is Bravo. Charlie has a guy down to your northeast.
Charlie, I'm up.
Copy. Yep, and get.
Fucker shot me in the leg and I dropped from it. Charlie, I'm up. I'm good. I'm gonna need Mike though for pain.
Copy.
Reloading.
White smoke.
He's working
Bearing
on
0.
Hey, right here. Right on the other side of the tree there, Red Path. He's about 400 meters out, coming up.
Roger.
Alright, I just dropped 3 right over there. Alright, say again your last, Charlie.
just saying, go find Mike. He's right next to you.
Copy. Hey, Mike, can I get some pain management?
Yeah, wait a minute.
All teams up 3-4 is Delta. How we doing?
Pushing morphine.
Charlie Green.
Thanks, Mike.
Alpha's green.
Welcome.
Bravo's engaging single contact bearing 195. Stand by for range. Oh, it's 75 meters.
I got guys coming up to the north.
This is Charlie. We
Fucking
got
great shot.
inbound from
Domed
the
him.
north, range about 500 meters.
No, sorry, around 250.
We're all the way to the west almost.
This is Delta. Also got a squad coming in from the west, about 300 meters.
Bravo has white smoke, about 25 meters in front of our base, due south.
Cover that, Bravo. Delta, can you see any of them?
That's Delta. We're looking.
Gonna be your direct southeast. Mike's 3-4.
I got a lot coming to the north.
Michael.
3-4 is Delta.
Go for 3-4.
Yeah, 3-4, we're going to be unable to help Bravo to the south. We're going to engage from the southwest.
Cover that, Delta. Do you need assistance?
Thanks, Mike.
This is Delta 9 this time.
Cover that. Bravo, do you need Alpha to swing around?
Negative, we're good for now.
Yeah, just keep your
We got
Cover that.
more contacts bearing 180 about 100 meters, reference tree on the other side of the clearing.
Copy.
How's your ammo?
Yeah, I got about 8 mags. I got about 8 mags.
I need some.
Copy.
Here. You want me to take him out of your backpack, or?
No, I keep him in my vest. Hang on.
246.
There.
Alright, there you go. I give you 4.
I know it sucks, but it's what we have to do.
Alright, all teams, it sounds like it's died down a bit. Let's get any support, make sure we have our sectors locked down. Let me know when you wave 360.
Go and send me your report.
Charlie's yellow on 556, green on AT.
I'm green on belts. I'd say
I'm green on medical, black on frags.
on 556.
Copy.
Alpha's all green.
Alright, 3-4, listen up. All enemy elements are in full retreat. Let's index condition 4, rally on me.
Charlie copies.
This is Delta, we're green on everything.
You're
Roger.
Copy.
Copy.
I go in condition 4.
Throw the green smoke, I just want to throw it.
Rally
5 is 3-4, we are index.
Alright, so overall, stream quality better, mic better. I tried to do a bunch of upgrades and stuff to make things more professional, so any feedback on that kind of stuff is appreciated.
Okay, cool. Cannon, can you go find that? Thank you. Alright.
Awesome.
I think
Thank
we did
you.
a much better job this time than not just the one where we accidentally got ran over by crazy AI, but even the first one, guys. I really, really liked the communication that I heard from the team leaders. That was good shit. Private Mackie, well, I want to talk to you, figure out what's going on with your medical stuff after this. Khaki, if you wouldn't mind hanging around, we can get that solved. I heard a lot more of the 3Ds, which is important, guys. Thank you for that. Even if it's just, you know, really far, that's better than just saying there's enemies in this direction, because that doesn't really help us that much. Good shit stepping up on 130 Cannon. I didn't really have much more from a squad lead perspective. So I'm going to see if LT, do you have anything from Zeus?
Only that I am sorry, guys, for the way that shit was feast or famine as far as the enemies coming at you. This Lambs mod is fucking beautiful in a lot of ways, and it's a real pain in the dick in others. So that was just kind of how it rolled this time. Other than that, though, as far as how you guys did, I agree with what Sergeant Gray just said. So overall, you guys did do better as far as your comms and everything else goes. Again, remember the idea, it was Sergeant Gray explained to me when this was for you guys to keep up your idea of your 360. Again, that was part of why you guys got hit so hard at some of the times. Well, not as hard as it got at some points, but anyway, the idea being is so that way you guys can shift fire, shift position as needed in order to adjust. And obviously to adjust the size of your defensive circle, of your perimeter when you need to in order to be able to successfully handle what's coming at you, while keeping IDF in mind as well. So, but again, overall, you guys did pretty well. So that's all I got, Sergeant.
Very much, LT. One really quick side note question for all you guys. If your battle buddy goes down and Mike is on his way over, what is your first priority?
Step up.
Making sure the area is secure for him, Sergeant.
Yeah, both of those are fair. One, yes, the two separate things. One, yes, you want to make sure that you step up on the appropriate net, and if you're a team leader stepping up to platoon net, make sure that you let your assistant know that they have to step up on squad net so they'll still be able to hear you. But yes, Sergeant Rainey is also 100% correct. You want to make the area safe for Mike. If it's not safe for Mike, he's not going to be able to get your battle buddy back up. So your number one priority, even if you're CLS, is to make sure that that area is secure. Because if it's not secure, nobody's going to get him up and bodies are going to pile up. Remember, smooth is slow. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. All right, I'm going to set it down the line. Alpha?
Thank you, Sergeant. I just wanted to say our foliage surrounding this area was sort of our greatest enemy. It allowed the enemy to get really close to us. And thank you, Feelings. That's it, Sergeant.
All right, thank you, Alpha. Yeah, it definitely did constrict you guys, but, you know, if we'd spread out too far, then we would have been too far from our, you know, other teams in the squad. Could have got too stretched. It's, you know, take what you can get scenario. And yes, thank you again, Villains. Bravo.
Thanks, Sergeant. Nothing from Bravo that hasn't already been said.
Over that, Charlie?
Thank you, Sergeant. Just to say that compared to... So, this is one form of 360-degree security. What we did here, we set up in defensive positions, orienting 360. We were all assigned sectors, and our task was to maintain those sectors. At the end of the last training last week, the enemy was coming at us up a valley. We were all oriented in one direction, watching up the valley. That allowed enemies to go below defilade and get around behind us and hit us in the rear because nobody was watching our butts. We did not have to worry about our butts here because we were all oriented in a circle facing out. 360. So that's two separate meanings of 360-degree security. For our purposes today, it was fine. But in the last, just remember what happened at the end of the last training. When we're all looking one direction, we are relying on our assistants.
What he's referencing is last time we did a training, a couple of the enemies were able to basically walk all the way up the other side of a hill and basically walk in and around and among us. One of which was Ares, and he just controlled them and walked them right up and was standing on top of different team members who'd never even noticed he was there. So definitely dropped the ball there, but that's what he's talking about.
To effectively provide true 360-degree security. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you, Sergeant Lyon. And yeah, that is important, guys. We have to have some friendly element covering every direction, you know, regardless of how safe we think it is. Unless there's, you know, my battle buddy right behind me, I need to assume that the enemy can get around behind us. So just every now and then make sure that we have that checked up on. Delta.
Thank you, Sergeant. One thing I saw was it happened every now and then was, you know, when we are assigned sectors, we got to keep our sectors. So when one team sounds like it's getting their shit pushed in, I know it sucks. You want to get over there and you want to help them, but at times when you do that, you drop your sector. That happened a couple times in that last one. I just wanted to bring that up. Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you, Delta. Yeah, guys, remember if somebody has to drop their sector for whatever reason, I'm counting on the other team leaders to adjust to fill in that gap, you know, to change your sectors so that you overlap more of what we just had dropped. Anybody else? Peanut Gallery, want to see your Q in chat? Private Khaki. Oh yeah, medical. Sorry.
Thank you, Sergeant. Just wanted to say thanks to everyone who helped me on the MSCAS. It was a pretty good job. Like, we did have a lot of casualties, but everyone was helping and doing their shit. Just want to say thanks to everyone. Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you, Khaki. Sorry, I forgot about medical. I've become the thing that I hate. Anybody else? Comments, questions? Last chance. All right, I will see all of you back here for our op in 3 hours. Get some food, whatever. You're all dismissed. Mackie and Khaki, if you'd want to stay for a second so we can get Mackie's medical menu working so we can treat people.
Okay.
That'll be it.
All right, guys, that's it for Arma for now. I'm going to leave the stream up. Just gonna probably play some Deep Rock Galactic or something.
guys.
So, sit around if you're interested in seeing that kind of stuff.
Lieutenant Tell.
Yes.
If you still have Ares, I'm gonna go over there. Could you toggle me like injured so we can try to get Mackey's thing working so we can work on people?